snacks.
What it do, snacker, snack X's, snack X's? It's your boy Gabe. Sin and jokes are here.
What up?
Everybody's in the building. The internet's being funny today. Very funny. What up, Cuddy? How you feeling, gentlemen?
Feeling pretty good.
Excellent. Sin?
Yeah, pretty good today. Pretty good.
You sure?
Little wavy, cars in the shop. Haven't got it back yet. A little frustrated, but just
Oof.
it is what it is. So,
I
so I got to
understand
do the metro
Things are
thing.
being
So,
things.
yeah, so it's getting up early and taking the metro. So, fun.
that. Sounds like fun. I was about to say.
Yeah.
Good times. Living that life. Okay, doing that same thing right now. What up, Frosty? For those of you who are tuning in, thanks, Frosty. You are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today, joke. Here it is. There it is. What's up, Heather? We're gonna talk about
Hey.
our weekend this past weekend. Extra life. What's up, Mama? Happy birthday!
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about our weekend doing Extra Life. Jokes and I are gonna have a conversation that does not include Sin. Because we gotta talk about Agatha All Along a little bit. What up, B?
What up? What up, Day Walker?
Yo.
Speaking of Brandon Day, right? Speaking of Brandon Day, I don't know if you know this, B, but you are a guest on one of our most viewed episodes
Yep.
ever. And I think it's where you decided you still didn't like me, but you could put up with me. I think that's what I think.
He's like, he's all right.
I was watching
He's
it
all
today
right.
too. I was watching that video like,
Yeah.
this is so long ago.
Whew. Yeah, and then what's up, Liz? Then we're gonna go through some of our memories, some of our favorite moments and such from the past decade. I appreciate you, I really do. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do some of that. So, we might share a little bit of video. We're definitely gonna share some images. We have some stories to tell. Maybe there will be a little bit of behind the scenes because that's what we do. And then we're going to talk to you about how we intend to celebrate in person this coming weekend. So Jokes, you have a job to do.
Yes, sir.
Jokes, we get the Beacons link up for you all. That link will connect you to all our social medias. It's just the easiest way to find us on everything. Because we try to be on everything. Not an easy thing to do. Nope. 10-year merch is not ready yet. Here's the thing, Cuddy. I'm having some difficulty with some of the ideas around it. The thing is, I want it to be simple, and there's going to be more than one design, and that's part of the problem. But realistically, it will be ready before the end of the week, because it needs to be. So it'll be ready before the end of the week, and I'll let you know as soon as that happens. Sin,
Yes, sir.
you got a job to do.
Yes, so let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, Alex Lee, Ellis Mbe, and Kerbit Ferguson. Thank you very much. We truly appreciate it.
As a matter of fact, we absolutely do. We love and appreciate you all. Even if your name wasn't mentioned, we love and appreciate you. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us. Extra Life. Man, what a weekend. What an incredible weekend. Let me just say, you all, and when I say you all, I mean not us. You all showed up
100%.
for real.
Oh yeah.
This weekend. I have some stats. We're gonna share some stats. As a whole, right? Coming out of Monday, as of right now, we raised $3,784 on a goal of $3,000. That is truthfully thanks to you all and your support. Clearly, we couldn't have done it without you all. What's up, Zay? Here are some individual stats. Look, everybody came to play. We put some time and effort in. There was some secret activity, like Domingo just showed up one night on Twitch, DJing, making it happen, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Frosty had some things going on over the weekend. We have some other plans that we'll look at, but listen, still put money on the board. You know what I'm saying?
What up, K?
What up, KP? So yeah, look, we had an incredible weekend. I will say this image in particular kind of got a little out of hand.
Just a little bit.
On the internet.
I wonder why.
Right.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's unfortunately cropped. It's unfortunately cropped. You know what I'm saying? Like on the internet. This is the full picture. That joint was like nothing though. Them last like 4 sauces. Cuddy said I might need to push Mari to her goal. I mean, by all means.
Go for it.
Cuddy. By all means. Let me talk. I just need a minute. Them last couple sauces.
Oof.
Jokes, you didn't get to your last few sauces.
No, I didn't get to the last half. I'm still got to get to.
Now, why didn't you get to those?
Because each one of mine were 100. So I know you did 300 as the team. I was doing mine as 100. So I got to just so that almost to the 6 mark. So I got through the first 5. I didn't get through the last 5.
Yeah.
And then I did have a twist.
Yeah, let me tell you.
So guess what showed up? Guess what showed up yesterday? That sour candy that I was trying to get. It showed up yesterday.
Hear it.
Hey.
You're right, Frosty. You would have to figure out what to do when that goal gets hit. I don't want to hear about your late stuff. I don't want to hear about Sid's late stuff. I do want to say it's not too late.
Never. Or at least not till the end of the year.
No,
There's still time to pay the piper. Sin has things he was supposed to do. They didn't show up. He had to make some modifications. Now he has some things.
and I am willing to do. I'm willing to do one a week on weekly just to stretch it out.
I mean, what's up? Waiting on you, buddy. You just said it now. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, just what's up? You know what I forgot, jokes? I forgot.
Oh, you forgot the banana
sauce.
sauce?
The banana ketchup. Something, banana sauce. Okay.
Ocean City.
If you say so. But yes. Kettle corn.
Let me make sure it'll keep to Ocean City. Hold on.
That's important, yeah. That's
don't be like Sin out here now. Don't be like Sin. Hey, listen.
I'm trying my best. Let me just say that if there's an expiration date on here, I don't think it's in the link.
They didn't print it.
So I'm gonna need to get the Google Translate out. Cuddy said the look on Z Money's face when you read the level of that last one, plus that video out there had me crying with Sin commenting. Yeah, Sin was being
swelling, pushing it.
You know, not no, he was being like not supportive. You know, what up, Kai? Thank you. Sin, you about to drink that? What is that? Kettle corn?
This is kettle corn. Yeah, that was supposed to be the first one. So I'm gonna start off with that one.
Kettle corn soda?
Yeah.
I feel like that one shouldn't be too bad.
I don't think so, but I'm gonna have to get
it shouldn't be
crack
bad.
this open. Give me a second.
It ain't ranch soda. Like nothing.
Not ranch soda.
I'm gonna be real with you.
You know what, jokes? But you like some of that stuff. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Buffalo wing soda was good.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Hey, listen, I don't want to get too far ahead, but I was trying to find that ranch soda video. I cannot find that.
That is still one of the nastiest things we've ever taken.
Was that live?
I don't remember
when we did that.
I don't think
it
was.
It was an All-Star 2. Second
No. That was part 2. But we did it ourselves in the dungeon. We did it ourselves in the dungeon.
Oh my gosh.
You're probably right.
It smells exactly like kettle corn.
I probably blocked that. What happened?
I said this smells exactly like kettle corn soda. Like
kettle corn.
You're welcome. See money out there loving it. Come on, Sin. Don't overdo it. Just, you know what I'm saying, knock it back.
Actually, it tastes like Golden Graham soda. That's exactly what it tastes like. It tastes like Golden Grams in soda form. 100%.
You lying? Because Golden Grams is incredible. So, like,
you about to body that bottle?
You're saying
that's what it sounds like.
It's not bad. Weirdly enough, it tastes. I see the kettle corn, but it tastes more like Golden Grams made into a soda.
Is it Golden Grams or like Golden
Grams? No, it's Golden Grams.
And it's not corn pops. Like
no, it's Golden Grams. Pops. That's exactly what this tastes like. It tastes like Golden Grams as a soda. It's not bad. It's weird, but it's not bad. I've had way worse with all the stuff we've done.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm worse. Positive. I've seen you almost throw up, so that's cool.
Oh, that'll be on the third one when we get that blue cheese. That's not going down right.
That blue cheese.
Listen, now that one,
that's not going down. That one
can absolutely go in the garbage.
Sin, do you like blue cheese?
On Doritos, called Cool Ranch Doritos. That's about it.
That's not what that is. Let's not do that.
So no, I don't like blue cheese. So no, I'm not a blue cheese person.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Wait a minute.
I was having flashbacks. We were talking about the ranch soda, and I started having flashbacks thinking of the blue cheese one.
How are you having flashback of the blue cheese one? You ain't do it yet.
That's the one I'm scared of. That's why. That's the one I'm scared of. I'm not scared of the other two, but that blue cheese
blue
one.
cheese soda got him messed up. He ain't even drinking yet.
Right now, yeah, like right now, mentally, he's just not even. He's checked out already. Like thinking about it.
Oh,
let's
not keep doing this.
Look, we had a really good time this
Stomach ain't
weekend.
gonna like it a little bit.
I'm still a little tired,
For sure.
which is like par for the course. We played a bunch of stuff we hadn't played. We got a chance to dig in and play some stuff that we have been looking forward to. Call of Duty Zombies is a good reminder of that. Shout out to Marcus for jumping in and joining us while we were doing that.
Yeah,
shout out to Cuddy for jumping in and joining us on Sunday when we went back in on Dead Island. It certainly helps to run that a second or a third time to start getting the hang of it.
Yeah,
because that joint is pretty crucial. But again, more than anything, just thank you to all of you for tuning in, for donating, for sharing the links, putting it in front of people, and for being so supportive every year. It just again, we are putting in this strange effort to raise money for kids in need by doing something we probably would do anyway, right? Like we're playing video games and having a good time doing it. Not that we're not putting our bodies to the test in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to you, the bomb. But yeah, I got a bunch of sauces that I can't do nothing with until so just prepare yourselves.
Chicken and biscuits. Have on deck.
Any final thoughts on Extra Life? Hey, listen, them joints. It was great to do them joints on Chicken and the Biscuit. Yeah. Any final thoughts on Extra Life before we?
You know what? Just a question, just for us. Are the new stuff we tried that did like a new one stick out to y'all? New game that we tried playing like together for the first time?
Hey, listen, golf with friends. Like, we had no idea what we were going to get into. That zone is super fun, and at the same time, as you get in, those courses, like, because yes, you can go and kind of look around and figure out where you got to get to, but some of those was confusing at times. Mm-hmm. But it was so much fun. Listen, if you're familiar with how like scoring for golf works and like strokes, like we were going like 12 strokes like over par, like on one hole. Like it was bad.
It was terrible. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
But that was super fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, that makes sense to me, Jokes, because you're ultra competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Frosty says she wants to play golf with friends. I mean, we could do it. Listen, I'll bring it to Ocean City and we could play it live and direct. To be honest, like, sure, we could jump online and do it. That's an easy move. That's that Game Pass love right there. I just want to say like that's like golf with friends. And you can run it up to 12 people. Like it's
you can have a whole squad. Yeah, imagine everybody on the same time, but you can put hit the tech like hit each other with it. That'd be insane.
God. Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna say I'm always looking for stuff like the past couple of years. We've done You Suck at Parking, and I just enjoy that. It's just kind of fast paced and kind of all that, craziness. G, what up? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. But moving out to
yeah.
Surprisingly, I mean, I had a feeling, but surprisingly fun. And then like when you start to get the hang of it, like when we were done with that first run and got to level 2, I was like, I really do do kind of want to see what else is happening beyond this point. What kind of extra stuff they throw at you? You know, it was cool. It was cool to do to kind of force ourselves to have to work together in those like strange scenarios or whatever. So that was cool.
Yeah. That was my favorite one. I was just wondering what y'all was. Moving Out 2 was a lot more fun than I expected it to be. That was pretty cool. And like you said, as we were leveling up, seeing all different stuff, now you got to move animals. Now you got to move somebody in instead of moving them out. Like, it was just throwing couches off of second story floors to get them to bounce off an umbrella to get them to the truck. Like, just a lot of fun, good times overall. I'll be down to run that again for sure.
Indeed. It'll probably be me and you. We'll never get jokes back on that joint.
Nope.
Oh no, you'll definitely get me back on that.
No, we won't. Don't even lie to these people. It's been 10 years, dog. Come on. Stop lying. Stop lying to the people.
Yeah, look. Thank you to everybody for all your support all weekend long. Again, we had a really good time. Raised a lot of money. That always helps. Children's Miracle Network reached out, thanked us for our time and donations. That's always cool. Extra Life is kind of always in our comments and in the Instagram, kind of like, and then posting and stuff like that. And it's just always good to kind of get that feedback as well. So again, thank you to everybody for their time and effort playing and donating and watching and keeping us entertained, even with your own comments while we, you know, dealt with each other, so to speak. Now, jokes. You and I have watched and completed Spoiler Boys for Agatha All Along.
Yes, sir.
Sin didn't watch.
Nope.
Fear of it being fearful. My question to you is, do you think Sin needs to watch Agatha All Along?
Oof. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's the point.
I was thinking that.
No, I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I think he does. Like, I think with certain things that we've learned, and you know, some of the predictions and things of where we think where this is going to, we think that there could definitely be bigger implications of this within the MCU. Like, obviously, we were kind of thinking, oh, is this just going to be like that side, you know, that comic run that you don't necessarily pick up because it's not a part of that main one that you want to read? But I feel like this is going to end up playing a much bigger role within the next year or so whenever they hit something out for it. But Sin, I do think you need to go and watch it.
Okay.
Be real with you, Sin. Honestly, it's one of the best of the MCU shows on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Hey, Sin. Let me let me take it a step further. This show is in the running for the best show, like Disney Plus show, period.
You make me want to cuss.
Star Wars,
I mean, swear jar
MCU,
still there, so.
like, period.
Okay.
This show is in the running. It's clearly debatable, right? I'm not like, you know how I feel about grades and so forth, right? And scales and whatever, right? Like, it's an 8 for me, right?
Okay.
Jokes gave it a 9. I didn't ask him to tell you that only because I know a 9 from Jokes doesn't mean anything to you. But
Now, see,
Brandon said it's a trap.
No.
It's like when I told you Friesen was the best anime to ever be created.
Nah, this is nowhere. This is nowhere close to what Friesen.
Is that bad? Because time out of my day for 3 minutes to fry that terrible show.
Saying I bought that joint when it was like $3 on special on like Xbox Live.
I don't know why. You could just watch
this was like truly before the whole Plex thing. So, or at least getting into it from my side.
Okay.
Here's the thing, Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, it's, I don't like to play things up because, I hate that for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, when people overhype stuff, even if it is good, like, I can't get past the hype. And so then it like ruins it for me. So I don't want to overhype it. I'm not trying to overhype it. But realistically, like halfway in, I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. This might not be getting it. Like, I had my complaints and I made them very clear. And then they followed that, like the very next episode. I was like, oh my God, like, what are they doing? Like, they on fire. Like, it's honestly probably one of the best written shows created for Disney Plus. It's probably got some of the best pacing and timing outside of that one episode, and some of the best callbacks from like previous episodes to the next episodes. The only reason why this isn't a 9 or a 10 for me is because the last episode, even though it's really good, is it's way slower than the episode before it. And so it just doesn't quite. So the pacing is kind of off a little bit there, and they could have done some things a little bit differently. But truthfully, thinking about all the other shows that we watch, again, you didn't watch it because of just like you don't really do scary / horror or whatever. This is like, you saw Doctor Strange too, right?
Yeah.
It don't. It doesn't really get any scarier than that.
Yeah.
There's a moment or two, and because there are some callbacks to things that I know you don't bang with, it might get a little dicey.
Okay.
But it doesn't last. It's not like it's hours long, kind of like it's just.
It's not completely off the rails.
Yeah, it'll be. I think it actually would be okay. I was hesitant to say so before it was over, and I knew LD. Appreciate you, thank you. Now that it's over and I've seen it all, I'm like, you be all right. Okay. You watching the daytime, dog. You be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Then I will find time to watch it since y'all say it's critical, pretty much, for the MCU. So okay.
Yeah, at this point, dog, where that joint ends up. I mean, look, I don't know how they're gonna pull it all together. I have ideas and theories. Can't discuss them here, but it became important. Like, I literally, like, halfway through was like, what are they doing? Like, this, what is the point? I literally said the jokes. I was like, I just don't see what they're doing, and it doesn't even feel like it matters to the rest of the MCU. Like, why are we even doing this show? And literally the next episode,
complete.
They turned the whole juice on, bro.
Okay, nothing but the juice.
The whole juice on. I was like, dog. There, yeah. So for anybody that hasn't watched it, I highly recommend it. I really do. If you are an MCU fan, if you're a lapsed MCU fan, especially if like you're like so on the shows, this joint definitely does some things quite well. So I would recommend it.
Okay.
Don't listen to Brandon.
Now if he's recommending me something, no.
Yeah.
I gotta do my due diligence first.
Yeah. It sounds like you learned to do the opposite of what he said, so you should be fine.
Yeah.
Should be all right.
Yeah, I'll be good.
All right, look, with Agatha out of the way, Is it better than WandaVision? Yes. It's better than WandaVision. And you know what? It's better than WandaVision because there's no
witness protection.
They answer the questions, dog. Nah, don't do that, jokes. I don't do that, joke. They answer the questions. Technically, they answer the question from WandaVision about witness protection in this, kind of.
Jokes, you were getting a kick out of that.
Okay. Fellas, we've been doing this for a long time now.
Yeah, for sure.
A decade is kind of crazy. So I'm not gonna play the episode, but I just want to take episode 1. The OG Loading Snacks podcast, November 9th, 2014. So as of Saturday, 10 years. Look, technically, there was some stuff that happened before that. For those who are unaware, Loading Snacks really started as what was supposed to just be an audio podcast, with us just kind of talking about video games. Really just kind of having, it kind of grew out of us having conversations about really anything, not just about games and stuff, but really just about life and whatever while we were playing games, take those
conversations we would have on Xbox Live and just have it on a open forum.
You say it like it was that simple, Sin.
No, it wasn't that simple.
You were.
It was not that simple at all.
I heard
the first time we sat down. So really, originally, Kay, who does all our music production, originally did all of our editing, shot all of our video, and so forth. It was Sin and I and Kay, and Kay and I had a podcast that was a music, mostly hip hop, but like a music based podcast called Fresh Graffiti. And out of doing that, we decided, why don't we do something like the conversations that we're having in video games? Talk to Sin about it. Sin was like, all right. Came through the dungeon. We sat down at a round table with a mixing board and a couple of microphones, and decided to record. And you would think that Sin and I had never had a conversation before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like we had already known each other for like
forever,
20 years or something stupid like that. I said, walk me through that. What was it that was so daunting in the beginning for you?
I don't know. It was something about being, I guess, on a mic or in front of people or whatever, like, and having to say this to people, like, was just, I don't know, terrifying for lack of better words. I don't know why, but it just was. And it was a difficult struggle to get past it. Like, it was just keep doing it. Just constantly just keep doing it. And eventually it won't feel like that anymore.
I have questions for you that I've never asked you before. Thanks, Brandon. I'm glad that you are. See what I'm saying? Like how we like found that mutual like. Sin was having super trouble. It was a struggle. We definitely talked about that. Sin. Facts. Super good at this now. It was a struggle for a long time with everyone.
It was, and it got worse when the camera came. That didn't help. That just amplified it when the camera came.
Yeah, but like the camera showed up like the third day. Like it wasn't even like
Still.
But that was completely unplanned.
Yeah.
You know, like we had zero plans for there to ever be a camera.
That was
It
K
was just
just being
supposed to be
K.
audio. And then
Yeah.
K showed up with the camera and started shooting, and we really didn't think anything of it, to be honest. Like, we didn't really pay it any mind. And then again, him being him and being a perfectionist, he comes back. There's a theme song. Like, it's so we was like, what is this? Thanks, Rich. Yeah, it just turned into a thing that it wasn't technically it was supposed to be a thing, but the thing it became
Supposed to be a podcast,
and then it was just like, oh, all right, I guess we're doing video.
K's gears
And
got
I
turned
guess
in.
we're
Yeah. All right, we're
that
doing
was
a show
it, bro.
now.
It was like, yeah, yeah, it kind of elevated itself from being a podcast, an audio thing, into being a show in some manner, and that forced us to have to immediately change.
Yeah.
I think how we were thinking about doing the show. So it was very strange. Early on, Sin,
Yeah.
the nerves. You, like myself, were in the band.
Yes.
You've been on stage. You've been in front of people, performing in front of people before.
Yes.
Is it because there were like 30 other people? It wasn't the
Yes.
same, or were you faking and not
Yes.
actually playing your clarinet? And tell the truth.
Sometimes. If I didn't rehearse well enough, I'd fake it.
Oh,
Yeah.
fake it till you make it.
Yeah, straight up. But no, yeah, beat up there with a crowd of people, that was nothing. It was, but I on me, one-on-one type of thing or whatever, shut down. Just turn the computer off. Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
When you would come through with the squad and put some bars down, you know what I'm saying? Did you think, did you just think you were never going to get on a stage and have to perform
I didn't think that far
that
ahead.
in front of it? Like, did you?
I didn't think that far ahead.
It just all of us were doing it, so it was like, let me do it because everybody's doing it.
Yeah, it was one of the type of things. All right, just give it a shot. I listen to rap just like y'all and everything. Like, give it a shot. You know, see what comes of it. Yeah, I didn't think future like, hey, get on stage and do this in front of people. Yeah, back then, no, that is not happening. Y'all just go listen to my tape.
Jokes, do you remember how you got involved?
Yeah, dude. Matter of fact, I actually have. I'm gonna put I got an image. I'm gonna put up, but it's not even nothing crazy. But it just so happened this was around the time that Mortal Kombat 10 came out. And you had I forget what we were having a conversation slightly about something else, and then it was like, hey, we're doing this thing. We about to talk about Mortal Kombat, and I was like, hey, yo, I actually just bought the collector's edition of this junk. It was like, word? And it was like, hey, you mind coming over and bringing that joint so we can actually like unbox that joint like on camera? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So this is actually, this is the very first shot of anything that I ever took behind scenes of Loading Snacks. So this was you shooting the episode.
Hey, is Sin praying? What is Sin doing, though?
I don't know.
This is before me trying to always, execute and get that perfect shot in there. This was literally just, first time I gotta snap a picture of this while I'm sitting here because this song gonna be big. But after that, we actually shot and did. Same thing. I'm not going to show the whole video, but I am going to share the actual screen. And where are you at? Oh, I should say tab. Where are you at? Boom. There we go. This was us sitting on the couch and unboxing Mortal Kombat 10. And this was like this. Oh man, when was 27? No, I forget what year this was that we did on there.
Yeah, I can't see it from there.
But this was like
9 years ago.
Jeez, even think about that. Like this was just like on a whim. Like, cause like you see me, like I have on basketball shorts. Oh, lost gauge. I have on basketball shorts. I was literally en route to go to. I know this is gonna sound crazy, probably. I was on the way to the track.
Sorry,
I'm not gonna put a picture, but I was on the way to the track to actually run around and work out when he called to do this. Yeah, I know. Went home, got the game, came on over, and this was the first time me actually being on. This is before me joining Loading Snacks. This was just that guest host coming on there and just unboxing and doing the thing for it. But that was absolutely so much fun that we did. And then we ended up shooting an episode or at least a segment for the episode. At the time, it wasn't called Weekly. I forget what we actually
what it
was
was
called.
So well, it so at that time it was still in case you missed it.
Yeah.
What had happened came after in case you missed
that,
it.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
But that was day one for me just coming in. And then afterwards, you know what? We melded. Like obviously at that time, I knew you, Gage. Me and you worked together. And Coop, the three of us worked together. That was actually my first time meeting Sin. So sitting down, coming over, but we all like that chemistry, like it was literally like I kind of knew this dude like for years. Just same thing. We were all interested in those same things. And to be able to get on the camera and actually talk about it was really cool.
For sure. All right. Do you have some other moments you want to share? Some other images?
Yeah, let's see.
You should. You can try. You said you were going to try to show some video. You could probably get it to go now. You can try it. It'll probably work. I know Sam got some stuff he wants to post.
Well, no, I did find a picture of like those first days of myself down there, so I can share that so y'all can see how terrible.
Is it terrible?
Yep. Shut up. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Back there with just the mic, just no table yet, just us sitting down there just trying to talk about, you know.
Hey, listen,
you look so uncomfortable, bro.
Hey, bro.
Like, yes.
And listen, it don't even help the joke's black and white, so it makes it look even older.
I know, right?
You know,
got down, man.
Capturing those moments, you know.
Yeah, but that's terrible, dog.
Yeah.
Oh my god, take that.
Yeah, freeze.
Yeah.
It's pretty terrible, dog.
It's very terrible.
So uncomfortable, bro. How long do you think it took you to actually get to a place where you felt like you were comfortable?
Completely?
Yeah.
Matter of fact.
Are you there now?
Yeah, I'm there now. For sure. And that's a lot of credit to y'all for like not even gonna. Oh my gosh. Go ahead, keep them coming. Just go ahead, keep them coming. 10 years ago.
Let's get it, bro.
But
look like Sin's uncle.
Yeah, what's this picture I want to share? Where you at? Boom. I was still that way doing this interview.
I had that same Joe too.
Yeah. First interview, nervous as hell. It was cool when I was with y'all, just talking like we usually got to a point, but having to go out in the world and do it to other people instead of y'all was another thing that I learned.
I feel like y'all were really mad at me, like when we really started going out and doing interviews. Because I'll be honest, I was kind of hard on y'all. I like, listen, man, you got to do it. I can't. I'm not hearing no from y'all. You got to go. You got to go talk to people. That's what you got to do. You just got to do it. And you know what? You're trash at it, and you're gonna be trash at it until you get good at it. And the only way you're gonna get good at it is if you go do it.
And that's one thing I will forever be grateful to you for, because like
you now, brother.
Thank you.
Because it really was like, and you know, you try to make it as simple as like, hey, listen, go out there, find something like, the way we always work is go out there, find something that you like. Let's create a conversation. Let's start to make things
It
stick
kind
from
of look
there.
like
Well,
you
we are
right.
brothers.
But it literally was like just that, those little fundamental pieces of just building off of and growing. It took time. Now, don't get me wrong. It took time before it was comfortable enough for us to just go in and just, start. Oh God.
You gotta catch them all.
Hey, listen, you know what?
That shiny
Hey,
ball
listen.
head look like a Pokemon. That's a shiny.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. So you seeing me here like this is actually one of the first times that I was actually doing that, because let's go. Started losing it, and it got to the point where I was just like, I told Tony, I was like, listen, I'm about to go get these clippers. It's a wrap.
Gotta go.
It's a wrap. Because like I'm gonna be real with you, I was trying to hold on for a very long time. And going to the barbershop, like, hey man, I need you to just make sure you can get this shape up right, even though stuff
we gotta
is
make this a convertible now. Sorry, you gotta take the sunroof down.
But that was one of those things. Like, finally got rid of it, and I was like, hey yo, this don't actually works, and went forward from there. For God, that was a long time ago. Jesus.
Yeah, that's that milk dud. That's that milk dud, bro. Hey, so here's the thing. I also had that picture as one of my pictures because I tried to get stuff that, like, look, there's a story behind every picture we have in some manner, right? But that picture in particular, there is a story behind that. And I'm gonna tell this story. Saying you're not gonna be happy about this, but I'm gonna tell this story.
We're already rolling, so
yeah, it's too late.
Yeah.
I think that was the Sunday of the convention. That was Baltimore,
right?
And what happened was we had come up with this plan. Right, we're gonna go in. We're gonna find people. We're gonna start shooting interviews. We're just gonna find people, artists that we like. Tables that have stuff that interests us, whatever. We're gonna go in, let's find some people, and we'll start shooting, right? And Rich said, "I know that feeling." He know that shiny Pokemon head feeling. And we went in Friday, knocked a few joints out. Went in Saturday, knocked a few joints out, and at the end of the day, Saturday, I was like, "Y'all cats ain't producing. Y'all aren't doing anything. Y'all are not. You guys were supposed to pick some people. Let's find some folks that we can go and interview. Y'all didn't do it. I'm the only one in here shooting interviews. I'm the only person who's going up to people. Y'all got to shake this off. You got to make it happen." Let me tell you how Sin didn't say a word, but he went home that night, and my man did the homework. Listen, went home that night, opened up the Baltimore Comic-Con webpage, went on the joint, went through Artist Alley, started finding artists, whatever, and literally started emailing people. Hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. Would you be interested in doing an interview? So we show up the next day, and I'll be honest, I'm steaming already. Like, these cats aren't doing anything. We got it, but that's cool. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna work because that's what we got to do, right?
Right.
It sounds like, I got an interview lined up with so-and-so at this time. I got something lined up with so-and-so at this time. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, let's, you know what I mean? It just so happened that interview, Kevin Hawk, right, ends up being one of the most important interviews we ever did, right?
100%.
Because to this day, Kevin Hawk, who at that point, Transcendent Events doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
Right?
Yes, just doing comics
that he made, right? That's about a killer in Baltimore. We interview him about the comic book, but not unlike a lot of the people we interview or we spend time with, like, we just kind of made a connection and kind of kept that network going. And now he's doing these. Then he started doing these nerd parties. He did a Nerds Giving thing and invited us to come to that and invited us to come to other stuff. And it was like, all right. And I'll be honest, I think initially it was like, there's a group of them. We need to try to fill these events. Let's see if we can't get, some extra people in. And then started realizing we knew a lot of the same people. We had a lot of friends in circles or whatever. And, now you look at it and it's like, Transcendent Events. We're always doing events. We have an event with them in 2 weeks.
Facts.
For you know what I mean? For Nerdpocalypse, Fall Nerdpocalypse, right? So literally watching them grow and have conventions, StellarCon going from 1 day to 2 days, having Nerdpocalypse go from 1 event a year to now being 2 events a year, having StellarCon actually go from being 1 event that's 1 day to 2 events with 1 day and 1 2 days, and Nerd Prom and like all that other kind of stuff. That moment is a moment that really fed a lot of who we are and what we do and introduced us to a lot of other people from that thing. And in that moment, that was one of those moments for me where I had to learn how to be like hard on y'all, like hard, like for real.
Right.
Like had to, like, yo, I know we friends and we just having fun. We got work to do, and we got to go do some work. You know what I mean? And like really kind of push that vibe. And that honestly did, I think that moment changed the landscape, truthfully, of what Loading Snacks was for the rest of the time. Like for everything that we've done since then, truthfully. It just kind of put us on a pivot. So that's why I picked that, because there was a moment there, and then that moment just kind of escalated, you know what I'm saying, throughout. So yeah, I mean, great picture, good moment. All three of us picked that picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's cool. What else you got?
Well, if we want to talk about moments, let me share this picture. Because we had a conversation about this not that long ago on for one of our Patreon subscribers.
I have something similar to that as well.
Yeah, the second All-Star. They gave us a title belt because we crushed it. It was a long weekend. They gave us our own stage there for us to do whatever we want with. Just keep the people entertained and such. And we knocked it out the park that week. We made a lot of awesome connections. A lot of those people from All Star we're still in contact with today, like the folks from Comic Logic and such. The Dean's family, like there's so much love that came from there still to this day. That's awesome. Our hard work and our our ethic, I think we came out there enhanced to another level coming out of this. Especially, like I said, taking the stage like we did and just kind of commanding it and doing it well, and people saying how good we did, and we even felt proud of the work that we put off. And I think that helps now, learning that type of stuff we did there, what we do with our transcendent ascent stuff, transcendent events type of stuff. So I think this was another pillar moment of our 10 years. That weekend, hey Frosty.
Jokes.
So I'm gonna share. So I have one also from there as well too, and it will kind of just to continue on what Sin was saying. But All Star, was honestly one of the. Hey, listen.
I thought it was pivotal.
Hey, listen. All Star was one of the biggest shifts for us as Loading Snacks. At a certain point when we started knowing that, hey, we can go to conventions, we can go in as press and we could try to do this, and we were getting turned down left and right. By I'm be honest with you. That's facts. We were getting turned down left and right.
Yeah.
And before All Star, we had the whole Nova thing that we started, getting these collaborations and knowing these people to eventually evolve and become that of All Star. But this is where, we took the time to look at each other and like, hey, yo, like, look, seriously, they gave us a whole stage, like not like a corner or only. We had a stage in the main, like literally, you can't avoid coming and seeing us. You were walking straight in, and like we were on front of stage. And we know a lot of people were worried that us being on stage doing the stuff that we were going to be doing was going to be like super distracting, was going to take away. But then to get the feedback from everyone around, like, hey, listen, what you guys did on stage was engaging, it was awesome. It kept me entertained, kept us happy while we're out here, trying to drive this business while things are moving quick. Like, you guys were awesome. And to get that from not just one or two people, but like tons of people just coming up to us and say, hey, amazing job, y'all killed it what you were doing up there. And then have people that like we would have people come up on stage and then just have people yell, hey y'all, can we come up and like do something with y'all up there on tour? It's just like, hey, listen, come on up. We want to bring everyone in. Like that's just how we are.
Mhm.
But All Star was one of the biggest shifts for us and kind of like how we were moving. Because at that time, like the stage presence and things, we hadn't really truly done anything like that as of yet. Gage has hosted some panels and things in between, like up to that point, but we had never really said like, listen, this is us, and we got to get up here, take the things that we've used with like doing snack bites and doing these things down in the dungeon, recording, putting up. Now we got an audience that a live audience that we're really doing this in front of.
Yeah, I mean, look, hopefully y'all won't hear this a lot, but I'll keep it a buck. Like I'm pretty sure I cussed y'all out about this joint too. So like,
Probably did.
like
did.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe I feel like maybe also we didn't get the ultimate cuss out. I think we did get the stern talking to though. Maybe at a point.
Maybe All Star 1. I'm not.
All Star 1 probably.
Yeah, definitely All Star 1. Yeah.
All Star 2. I think we had the gear shift a little bit of the gear. We were going to like.
It probably wasn't as much a cuss out. It was more like a really firm pep talk kind of thing. And, look,
I'm pretty sure that's more like it because it was something new we were doing that week, and upon trying to do our regular stuff.
It was a lot. Like to be honest, that weekend was a lot, and to comparatively speaking to like what All Star turned into from like what it was when it was NovaCon, and then like turned into All Star, and then like in the second run, the truth of the matter is they didn't actually tell us that we were basically gonna have like a floor to ourselves, right? Like they had a whole second level where things were happening that like we didn't realize we were gonna be on a separate level from where a lot of other stuff was happening. But there was kind of like hey, look, we really have to like buckle down and take this seriously and really kind of put, our full on effort into it. And so like planning what you're going to do on stage every hour for 7 or 8 hours, right? To try to keep people entertained and figure out who you're going to bring on stage and how many snack bites you're going to do. And like, again, like you said, jokes, like there were people who came to us afterwards, like people who in the comic world, like Arthur Sidham, who's like just this prolific comic artist who had the fortunate misfortune of being in the same like room where we
directly across like, from us, front and center,
pretty much directly in front of us, and saying to us, I really thought I was going to be upset and like highly annoyed by the stage and the sound and whatever, but like you guys were great. You guys were really funny and were really entertaining. I was still able to like talk to my guests and people who came to my table. There were moments where, there were levels of expertise that like Jokes and I had from our former work together.
Yeah.
When like, it was just like,
clutch. Yeah.
Here comes, it's time to form a line to take these pictures, right? And it's getting out of whack. And we're like, let's knock this out.
Time to go into action.
You know what, Jokes, go grab 2 tables. Let's bring them over here. Let's sit these down. We're going to run this line this way. Hey, let's move this way. Don't block this exit. We need to keep this open in case of fire. Like, just kind of being able to jump in and wrangle and take care of things like that, I believe are the things that they saw that ended up putting us in a position where we got that. They gave us that belt, right? Yeah. And so there was a lot of time and effort and work that went into trying to make that successful. You know, and it was emotional in the moment and directly after the moment, right? Like we were all going through things personally, right, in our lives at that time, and so it was also a big deal because of that. So, good pick, gentlemen. Same event, two things. What else we got?
I got this one. I can share
go for it.
jokes for us.
I'm gonna laugh if we end up still with some of the.
No, it's kind of following the theme that we've been going like back with Kevin Hawk in the early days. You know, a little frustration there. All-Star, no, little frustration still there, and we got this one right here. Screen and window is where you at. Where's the picture?
Where's the picture?
No, that's a real question. Like, where's the picture? There it is. All right.
Lost it.
No, boom. When we had to go up to Anime NYC by ourselves for the first time.
That was divide and conquer. That was divide and conquer. Yep,
it was absolutely divide and conquer, where we had something down here and we had something up in New York. So we had to split up and handle business, just the two of us. You know what I mean? Thank you, Frosty. But yeah, and me and you, we went up there. We knew the blueprint, we knew the plan, scoped it out, had a good time, got content. We did learn, though, that once the people get in there, you can't move around like that. So learned that, you know, the tough way. You all, y'all been in New York. Y'all had said that before, and it turned out being no different once the ball got rolling. So we made sure we tried to get whatever we could in the morning. Let's get these B-rolls. Let's get these pictures. Let's get whatever interviews we can squeeze into to knock out real quick. And left us with a little bit of time left over to go catch like a panel or two and stuff like that, just to get that whole Anime NYC experience, because it was, you know, Anime NYC was brand new. So being up there, the tag team that go up there and knock it out the park and come back with content and some dope memories was just good. You know, so it was just a great vibe, a great feeling, and I know it was a little tricky at first because he had to roll me in a few times because I've never seen nothing like that before.
Hey B, I don't know if I told you how much I had to keep the I had to do this. I had to keep this like, listen, we got work to do. Like, listen, we got these press jumps up here. I was like, listen, I'm all for going out here and having some fun and looking at all this stuff. I was like, we got to get some stuff done in this place.
It was all new to me. It was all new to me. That level of a con was brand new to me. So yes, there was many distractions. Didn't have that same reaction the second time around because I experienced it the first time. So it was good to go. But yeah, what were you saying? Jokes?
That was an awesome time. Like, just like you said, like we had to pivot. So there were instances like, because me and Sim were doing stuff, Tatiana actually got on the camera, like, and actually had to record and do stuff for us because of what we were trying to do. And Boo, you know, I appreciate and thank you for that, because without you there, it would have been so much more difficult to get what we actually got done there. But this was one of those times where it was like, you know, you had went to, that was Stellar, if I remember right.
It was Stellar. So yeah, I ended up going Stellar by myself.
And so we could go up there because, you know, we got these presses for anime. It was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, when I put that application in, I wasn't honestly expecting us to actually get them. And then when they hit us with the approval, it was just like, hey yo, Sam, we you know we got to go to New York, right?
Well, you know, the thing that's funny about that, Jokes, is that, so again, that was a turning point in terms of like, we're gonna have to split up, gang. Like
in this case, the split up gang thing works.
It works.
You know, look, it was one of those things that was like, bear in mind that we put in for that for press for Anime NYC on the last day that press applications could go in. And that happened because we were working AwesomeCon. We were at the Equilibrium USG booth shooting with them. And someone who worked for Left Field Media, who now owns AwesomeCon, and we're clearly there doing press, have our press badges on, sees us, comes to us, talks to us about it, and is like, you guys should put in for Anime NYC. Today's the last day. Put the application in. So it was like, okay, you know what I mean? We'll do it. So the reality of it is getting that had to do with work we had already kind of put in place, right? And just like continuing to work and kind of stay in like network mode, if you will, in some manner. And that was like, in all honesty, we actually weren't shooting with Equilibrium at the time. We had shot with them already, and we had built kind of a small relationship with them because it was like the first time we had met them, and we were like bringing people back to them. Like we were going and getting people and like people back and introducing them to other people who had, you know what I mean? And we were doing it multiple times throughout the day. And it just so happened that as we were doing that, you know, she was there and gave us a card. So, you know, it was kind of born out of that mode. And it was like, you know, look, y'all are the anime guys. That's not my thing. So like, y'all need to go do it. Like you need to go. And truthfully, Sin had missed NYCC with us, right? You and I, Coop went, Tatiana went, Sin didn't get to go. So this was going to be his first time getting to go to New York to do a convention. It's in the same place. It's got the same feel. It's just an anime version of it. You know what I mean? And it just kind of was like, it's perfect. And I was just like,
yeah, I'm kind of glad that was my first way to experience like the Javits Center and all that kind of stuff with anime. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah. And you know, for me, it was like, it's Stellarcon, it's Kevin. Like I got it. Like, like I'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And like I always have some help. Like Zaina shows up in some manner, you know what I mean, or whatever for a lot of that kind of stuff. And so it was cool. It worked out. You know what I mean? We didn't, you know, it was hosting. I didn't have Tatiana to work the audio for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I had at the previous level. You know what I'm saying? You took my audio guy jokes. You know what I'm saying? But you know, whatever. I guess she's gonna pick you if she's gonna pick somewhere to go. I mean, yeah. And listen, I'm gonna share a couple of things here.
Okay.
First, and I'm not like, listen, I'm just gonna drop these joints in here. Hold on, let me see something.
Cool.
While you're doing that, y'all know one of my favorite videos of all time is us doing the Bean Boozle challenge. I love that video so much. As much as we still use those things to this day, just our genuine, just first reactions of trying those things is great.
And what ended up selling it even more when Kay did those edits was how like every time you had a bad one and added the music and slowed it down. Dog.
Oh,
that skunk joint is terrible, dog. They don't even have some of those flavors anymore. Like them joints aren't in there anymore.
Yeah, I highly recommend if you need a good laugh, go watch us try those Bean Boozled beans. It will guarantee make you laugh.
That's why we do it to other people now.
Yes, exactly.
That's why we put other people on.
We've already been through that.
So yeah, so this was after our first being comfortable being a geek panel at Baltimore Comic-Con. And the thing that's special and unique and important about this was one, let me explain that, like, unlike most conventions, once they post, hey, here's the dates for the convention, at some point they'll say, okay, now we're accepting applications for panels, now we're accepting applications for press, that kind of thing. Baltimore doesn't do that. And we didn't really know that because we hadn't ever really attempted to do that. But like Joe said earlier, like we were kind of getting turned down for press as we were putting in for press. And then we realized, like, hey, if we put in for panels, they will give us passes for the convention. So it's like, we'll just put in for both, right? And like, if we get both, that's even better. But like, putting in for panels made sense. It was a great way for us to connect with our audience live, which is, you know, we love doing stuff like this and being able to connect with the audience in the first place. This gave us another opportunity to do that. It put our name and what we were doing in basically the the brochure packet of every convention we went to, which also made a lot of sense. But also, like, if we didn't get passes because we didn't get press, well, then generally we got passes because we got a panel, right? And this panel in particular, we were waiting and just never saw Baltimore post like we're taking panel submissions. So I reached out to a friend, Harry Crossland, and said, hey man, like, I know you know some people. I hadn't seen anything. I'm, just kind of waiting, but I think I'm just gonna shoot him an email. And he was like, oh, I know the person who's dealing with panels there. Here's his email address. Shoot him an email. So I sent him an email. Now I sent an email just to Baltimore as a whole, but sent them an email too and just said, hey, look, we've kind of been waiting. We hadn't seen that you guys posted for your panels yet. Just wondering if we missed it or what's going on with it or what have you. And they emailed back and said, we don't really do panels like that. So like all the panels that happen at Baltimore Comic-Con, they set up. They reach out to people. They generally only get like comic or working professionals or something like that. They do panels. As a matter of fact, this room is the room where Jim Lee hosted his panel and did his signings all weekend before we got there, right? They generally only do stuff like that. And so literally they emailed back and were like, hey, we don't normally do that, but like, if you have an idea or something, like, I'd be willing to, like, you can send it to us and we'll see. So I was like, okay. So we sent them the Being Comfortable Being a Geek panel, what it's about, and they liked it. And we're like, okay, we'll do it. We can make it happen. So it was special for a couple of reasons. One, we weren't really supposed to get a panel.
No, we were not.
They just don't let people do that. They just don't. It's not a thing. They don't let people do that. Two, if you look at this picture, you see on the left-hand side, Greg Burnham and TJ Sterling, who, as we got ready to do this panel, one of the things we decided with the panel, and you guys have been around long enough to kind of know that this is a thing we do, the idea of inviting other people to come participate in this panel with us so that we could get perspectives from other people on what it was like for them to get comfortable being a geek, what their journey was like growing up, and having those two guys really at the last minute. Like, we knew it was a thing we wanted to do, but because getting the panel was last minute and because we technically weren't supposed to get the panel, it was like, hey, you guys want to come? Really, it was supposed to be Greg. And then TJ heard and was like, I'll do it. And I was like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? So they came up and sat on that panel with us. And it was such a good panel. Like, one, we had a lot of people, and it doesn't really look like it from this picture because we kind of squeeze everybody in the middle to take the picture. But like, for us to be relatively unknown, for us to not really be people who were supposed to get a panel there, Rich said they found out there were some really cool geeks. Is all. I mean, to some extent, right? Like, we reached out to a lot of people, we talked to a lot of people, we asked a lot of people to come, and then having those two artists on there as well to have an opportunity to talk about their tables, to talk about what they do, to talk about what their journeys are. It was super interactive. I think that was the first panel that we had where, it was that panel where we had, one parent stand up and say, like, well, my daughter's autistic and she's here and like she's 21, she just got her first boyfriend, and like everybody clapped. Like, it was like the most incredible and innocent thing. It was so awesome to hear people kind of tell their stories and open up and really actually get comfortable in the room, not just as themselves, but about the people that they were there with and who they were there for. And again, if you look at that picture, there's so much support in that room. My mother and father are there. Kristen is there. Mike Harbor is there. Like, Zaina and a lot of her friends are there. Like, it's just, it was really cool. But then when it was over, going back down to the floor and having those two artists and that writer say to us, that was the most incredible panel I've ever been a part of. Right? These are guys who get asked to do panels all the time. And those panels are always the same thing. It's always, how do you break into the comic industry? How do you start your own comic book? How do you put together a portfolio? How do you start writing if you want to write? Like, they're always the same kind of cookie cutter thing. And for them to express how much they enjoy being a part of that panel, for them to express how big of a deal it was to listen to the stories that they were getting from people there, for it being as interactive as it was, and even more importantly, having them, maybe not more importantly, but just as importantly, say, man, when it was over, like, people showed up at our tables. Like, they came down and they found us and they talked to us and told us they didn't know we were here and they hadn't seen us before, and whatever. And it was also great for them in that space. Awesome. And then they started asking us, when are we doing it again? And it was like, well, you can't do it again.
Yeah,
like,
we already did it with you.
We got to change it out and have other people do it, right? But to have them also talk to other people and say, yo, if they ask you to do it, you got to do it, right? Was just a really major turning point and really kind of cemented for us that we knew we were doing something right with the Being Comfortable Being a Geek panels. So it was a big deal.
1000%.
What else you guys got?
I got one. This is probably one of my favorites. So, we talked about All Star, and there's some amazing people that we have met through that. So, Bad Boy Carnage, indie wrestling professional. Like, this dude's been wrestling for years. He's wrestled some of the legends that you guys know and love from watching, the big promotion, WWE, WCW, whatever it may be. Dude is an awesome guy. We've met him over the years, and then he invited us to come out to a little mini con that he actually put together called WrestleFest.
Thank you, Candace.
Boy,
WrestleFest.
And
this was, we weren't sure what we were expecting when we got into it. But when we got there and we started talking to him, and he was like, hey, Jokes, you want to get in the ring right quick? And I was like, absolutely he does. So things happen. This video, I'm gonna have to show a piece of this one because we put together a thing to do, like, hey, I did a promo to call him out and do all this. And this was like one of my beginning stages of really getting into the bag of doing editing and stuff in here. And this, I did a lot of work in this, but I have to play some of this. I can hear it, right?
Yeah.
What's good, Loading Snacks Universe? You're probably wondering how I got myself into this predicament. Well,
I am actually. I'm actually excited for it.
You gonna get in the ring?
Nah. I ain't gonna do that.
Hey, you should cut a promo.
Why would I cut a promo, Gage?
Because he's setting you up.
Exactly. Because it's a setup.
Dude, but like I don't want to get in the ring. I don't want to show off my skills and all that. I mean, if I had to cut a promo, I guess it would.
I wouldn't show my skills like that. Oh, you posted this to the chat.
Hey, bro. Boy Carnage.
I never posted this to the chat.
I posted it to the chat.
Town for your little WrestleFest event. Now, let's get one thing straight. I'm the champion in these parts. When an event goes through my area, it goes through me. I'm the one that's got to approve said events.
I don't know this dude, so don't come at me.
Wait until
I just do a podcast with him.
And we'll have a little discussion. What y'all think?
I think if Bad Boy heard you talking on the side of your neck like that, you would
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, real talk.
Really?
I'm just saying.
I was thinking back
Hey,
to other con.
hey, he's done it before. And this is without you.
And then afterwards, let's just know it got real
it's
after
not real
that.
trash talk. It's just a little fun here.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
yeah, just a little fun.
So you would show it to him.
I don't know if I don't know if I necessarily show it to him, but you know what?
Yeah,
I would show it to him. See what he says about it.
And what if repercussions arise?
I mean, what kind of repercussions would arise? I mean,
If you're not worried, I'm not worried.
It is what it is.
I'm not worried. I'm ready for WrestleFest.
My man.
All right.
Let's do Wrestle Wednesday.
Wrestle Wednesday. Let's go.
And you ate that. Ooh.
Ooh, what's that, Gunther? Ooh,
That was a good joke.
You hear that? Hey, look at the smile.
get out.
Oh,
Damn. Oh,
hey, dog. Trash, bro. Hey, dog. Drop that joint in the wrestle chat.
please,
right
please drop that tonight, bro.
Drop that in the wrestling chat right now.
Oh god, I was defeated. But yeah, no, that was probably. Oh god, I got tears in my eyes there. That was absolutely
What I meant was
one of my
what I
favorite.
meant was
if I were to cut a promo, that wasn't actually.
It was supposed to go down like that, but oh crap, wrong one.
I'm about to say you watched that and ran.
Mhm.
Get off his feed. Like, I can't watch this no more.
I'm just gonna walk off.
Oh,
What's good, Lonnie?
But that was
hey.
absolutely one of those relationships that we've built up over the years that allows something like that to actually come together and happen. Bad Boy Carnage is an awesome dude through and through. But that was just absolutely one of my favorite things to be involved with. For something not only because I love wrestling, so to get an opportunity to do that, whether it was going to hurt or not, was pretty dope. And
I would agree.
there were a couple other knife edge chops that happened during All Star. I took one of those, and then Coop took that, and he also took a steel chair shot.
That chair shot. Coop took that chair shot. Nobody around knew that was happening, and when they saw it, I think they thought like it was a real, like it was
going on.
Down.
It was,
yeah. And you know what? You know that's WrestleFest is where we met Ghosty.
That was.
Oh yeah, because
we met Ghosty.
Yeah. Edie was rocking with her the whole time.
Yep.
The whole time, bro.
Yeah.
The whole
But
time.
Yeah. Good time.
Definitely. All right. So you know, this ends up as
oh, that was a bet lost badly.
Often can't help himself.
Hey, that was one of the pictures that I had saved up. This weekend was hilarious.
Coop bet me that we were gonna find more people in Batman cosplay than people in Spider-Man cosplay. So all weekend we were keeping track. Every time we saw somebody else in one, we were just counting. And like honestly, by like the end of Friday, it was already a blowout. Like it was too late. But yo, by Sunday, it was like, nah, you gonna get in here and take this picture with us. You jumping in here because you lost this joint. So now you're gonna stand in here with us and you're gonna take this picture. And that's what it is. You don't have a choice. And I enjoy reliving that moment constantly. Constantly. Reminding Cooper that constantly. I'm going to also post this. This is a relatively recent one. But like one of the things we haven't really talked about is some of the people that we've had a chance to meet and interview. You know, that weren't quote unquote local artists or artists, who whatever. So this was a really, really cool and pivotal moment. So hosting the panel for the Crystal Gems was really dope. And my niece, who was like, I have to be there. Like, you need to you need to make this happen. Really honestly did a really like an incredible job of like allowing me to kind of ping pong her back and forth, like literally ping pong her back and forth to like take questions from the crowd and so forth. And then the Gems, of course, were gracious enough to, allow her to come on stage with us and take this picture. This is kind of up there with like getting an opportunity to like interview Alexa, or just again, like we've had a lot of opportunities to do some really cool stuff like that over time, and that's certainly one of my favorite moments in recent years over the time of what we've been able to do. Saying it looked like you had something you were getting ready to share.
No, it was something I was trying to find, but I just can't. I can't remember how we worded it. But this thing about the wrestling moment with jokes, I think one of my favorite probably moments from Loaded Snacks is at our Marvel Top 10 panel that we did at Ocean City with me, and I can't remember his name, with the most epic rock, paper, scissors battle ever caught on camera somewhere. Because we were fighting.
It's in the top 10 panel from Ocean City.
Yep.
It's just like deep into it because it was very close to the end.
Yeah. But
very close to the end.
We went for a record run, copying each other left and right. Yeah, it went on for a while. And it got to the point where, everybody was standing up, cheering, see who's going to pull it off, who was fighting for it. But that was a solid moment. That one does live rent free in my head for sure. 1,
I dig that. Joe, you got something else?
Yep. So I was actually going to the same place. So let me open
Soundwave for Press said, I'm glad you guys have made it to 10 years. Here's to another 10 years. You're one of the coolest people I got a chance to work with. Certainly super appreciate that. Thank you so much. Love to hear it. Love to see it.
We talk about, some of the people that we've interviewed, and this is one of the more recent ones, but there comes a moment where like your childhood and things intersect, and you would never think that something like this would ever be able to happen. But because of Loading Snacks, I was fortunate enough to actually sit and do an interview with one of my childhood heroes, Walter Jones. For those that aren't familiar, he played Zack on Power Rangers. Being that he was at BlurCon, it was really even being a full circle moment, and being how we've been at BlurCon, doing interviews with a lot of the celebrities and the guests that are there aren't necessarily always an issue, but obviously depending on scheduling and all those type of things, sometimes it just doesn't happen. And fortunately, all the stars aligned that allowed me to actually be able to sit and interview Walter Jones. And honestly, overall was probably one of the better interviews that I actually did with one of the guests or panel, just because Shirley, don't get me wrong, anytime I do an interview, you see me kind of like, I'm genuine. I'm 100% I'm me.
Sure.
This was just one of those moments that you could truly see that this was that genuine jokes that you saw on screen.
Yeah, you were fanboying, and that was cool.
No, I was fanboying, but you know what?
Composure too. That was the thing that was so.
Yeah,
and that's what I was going to get
incredible about it. Yeah,
and that's something that Loaded Snacks, like obviously for what we do and the people that we are around all the time when we do this, keeping your composure has got to be one of those biggest things. Because the thing is, if they see you fanboy out or do whatever, we'll probably never be able to do those type of things. But once you're in the interview, you got it. Like, to be able to sit and just have, it was like a 7 to 10 minute conversation we had, just talking about, things that happened in the past with Power Rangers, the current projects that he was working on. It was just, for me, it was just a full circle moment. If I could go back, tell my 5 and 6 year old self, hey, listen, you're going to get to talk with the Black Ranger and actually have a good conversation, probably be like, nah, you joking out here right now. But Loading Snacks got me one of like my childhood things to be able to accomplish. You know, I talked to other
Awesome.
Rangers, Nakia Baris. Unfortunately, we didn't get to talk with Karen Ashley due to some issues that she was having, travel and all that. We was like, listen, we get it. Like, listen, go ahead, get that taken care of. But it's being able to know that even though I didn't necessarily get to interview her at that moment, those opportunities have presented themselves where we can get. And some of them, hey, listen, we'll be at a convention and I'll get a random email. It's like, hey, such and such is available to interview. You guys want to be able to do this? Like, yeah, we do. Hit the crew and just like, hey, y'all, pivot time. We need to go up to this panel room and shoot interview with ABC, XYZ, whoever it may be. But this was one of those moments that was just absolutely full circle. And I never would thought I would actually be in a position to be able to do something like this. But absolutely one of my favorite interviews that I've done to date at this point.
Awesome.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
I'm glad you had that chance. Truthfully.
Real talk.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take it back real quick. Yeah, because you know, look, we come from humble beginnings. Isn't that right, Sin? What happened, Sin?
Not to say, I'm just wondering where you're going with it. That's all.
But, I just watch this a little bit. I think that, again, this was very early on. We weren't really great about this. Hold that thought. Right off the bat, tell me who is this going through the floor?
Classic. That's Kenny. Okay.
Who's this in the front?
The one that
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Okay.
Okay, what's his real name?
Logan.
Logan.
Cool.
Wolverine, Logan.
All right, who's this here?
Iceman.
Iceman. You remember Iceman's real name?
Bobby.
Bobby.
Okay.
Bobby Drake.
AKA Iceman. Yeah.
Who's this?
Beast.
He used to be a teacher though.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, but he used to be a
Professor.
professor.
All right, so who's this with the white hair?
Storm.
Okay,
Her costume is black and gold, but in this one it's white.
it's white.
Okay.
Sometimes it's white. She has
Okay,
another
so
outfit.
she has different outfits that
She's
she
breaking
wears.
it down to me.
All right, do you remember who this is with the cards?
Gambit.
Yes, it is.
Gambit.
Let's go with
Oh, my
Where's
second
Ro?
favorite.
Where's
Some
Ro?
things never change.
Good
The
job.
son of Bale. Yes.
All
Do
right,
you like Robin?
who's this?
Yes, I do.
Cyclops.
What's his name?
AKA, it is Scott.
Yeah, okay. Next.
AKA.
Yeah.
All right, who's this?
Nightcrawler, AKA Kurt.
Kurt.
Yes.
Good job. All
All
right,
right.
who's this? No, that's my favorite X-Man.
Colossus.
Colossus.
Colossus?
Cyclopsis.
Okay.
Colossus. Colossus and Iceman. Those are my
Okay.
favorites.
Okay, so like
Who's this one?
Gene, that is mine.
That's your
yours.
favorite?
These two are mine.
You remember who Jean turns into? What happens to her?
She turned into Phoenix.
Yeah, didn't you dress up as her for Halloween one year?
Yes.
She was a
Yes,
dark
she
Phoenix.
did.
I wanted to be the green Phoenix, but I was the dark Phoenix.
Not
And then
bad.
when my dad took a picture of me, my eyes
Hey.
turned
Who's this in the back here? She was nice.
The wing.
like Angel.
Yeah, well,
Angel.
this is after he got changed. This is, do you remember what his name is after he got changed from Angel?
Yeah.
Archangel.
Arch.
Archangel.
Okay.
Who usually helps lead the X-Men and tells them what to do? Where's the old bald guy?
Wheels.
His name's not Wheels.
Professor X.
Hey, brother,
Not Wheels, is it?
Professor X.
Not,
Okay.
right? Professor
Okay.
X,
But
right?
his real name is Charles Xavier.
What's his job?
He teaches them.
Okay.
He's the one who set up the whole thing.
Oh God.
He the one that set up the whole thing.
Right. Got it.
Oh, that is,
He the
that
one that
is-
set up the whole thing. Now you know, Sin.
I've got all the information. I know who the X-Men are now.
You got school,
I
bro.
love that.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
She
listen.
took me to school.
There's a Young Justice one. There's a like she was out there getting it, bro. Like telling you, we was raising geeks in this joint. Like it's just
Hey, listen, I gotta tell you, Edia has been another essential part. Like there was one I tried to find the video and I couldn't find it. One of our first awesome cons. We met a gentleman that was cosplaying as Thor.
Oh man.
And
lifting the hammer, yeah.
And what we did was, we were trying to see if we were worthy. So all of us attempted to lift Mjolnir, and of course, none of us were successful. Edia came along and she did the impossible. And she to this day is one of my favorite things that we shot. And that ended up bringing there was a crowd at that point because we were literally in the main walking area at the convention center or the Walter D. Washington Center in DC. And oh my god, that was just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that definitely
I gotta see the video is out. I found a small clip in my phone, but it's not that end part. It's just a part in the middle. Kay probably got it somewhere.
I mean, dog, that joint is on the channel somewhere, dog. Like there's thousands of videos.
Somewhere
I am gonna share. I'm gonna share this last video. It's gonna take a second for it to pop up, but it's not long.
Oh,
it's just one of my favorites.
Yeah, classic. Okay. Classic.
It's like a chocolate Tootsie Pop.
This doesn't.
It was not satisfied with his choice.
I don't know.
Oh, you trying to kill me, bro? You trying to kill me?
That was one of the worst. That was one of the worst things. We've eaten a lot of terrible things.
We have.
Hey, I'm happy you say that because that's going to link me into the next video, the one video.
Here we go. All right.
So, taking it back, Kuba and I always had to have a challenge or something that we had to turn anything that we did into a challenge.
Into competition, yeah.
But this was probably the biggest thing that we ended up doing. I know everybody is familiar with the Pocky One Chip Challenge.
Hey, I thought you was gonna say the Devil's Toe.
The Devil's Toe is another.
That I thought of that one. Yeah,
I thought of that one too, but I feel like this one because I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I just fast forward to when we actually went ahead.
My heart is
Dear
fast.
Lord. Yeah, buddy. That's.
Oh my gosh.
He's panicking, dog. Look at him.
What is that? What is that?
I just read it to you. What do you mean?
No. This smell.
I mean, it's a dried out Carolina Reaper. So I'm already sweating a little bit.
Let's see how quick the glasses fog up.
All right, are we doing the whole chip?
Yeah, you gotta do the whole chip.
Okay, all right. One chip challenge. 3, 2, 1.
About dog.
Hey, shout out to K2 for the edit on this one.
No heat.
Told you.
Coop trying. He looking at you like.
Coop just trying to breathe right now. He's trying to keep standing.
Voice line go out.
I'm good.
Whoa. I'm actually good. It's
Coop is not.
No, he's not.
Oh my gosh.
the last small pieces are kicking my ass. That's
This is hot.
That's the beer.
You already bitched out.
Nah, I'm human.
No, I'm human. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you what.
Oh gosh.
Let me see the package. That joint is
There's no time
beat,
to do
it's
it.
beating jokes up.
I'm just trying to hold on for a little bit. That's all.
Okay. Well, you dance then, sir.
You do that.
Nope. Bro's gonna start dancing. And that's that right there. That's the sign, right?
Hey, this nigga's burning him right now. He said, I cannot think about this.
I got to shake my body, bro.
Ew.
Oh, justice for Joe. Oh. he looking around. Can I cut this off? Can we stop? Yeah.
Need some more?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just put the whole thing in there.
I'm not giving you too much. I still got some.
Hey, look, I can't with y'all, man.
Ooh. Okay, I can talk now. No, I can't.
Let me tell y'all how. If you think that's funny, dog,
Simmering
the
down.
stuff that happened
Problem.
when the camera wasn't rolling, or the stuff that never
Dog,
made
if I could
it.
do the joint Eminem, what's the joint? Rap God? Can't do that shit.
No.
But
Yo, what are you talking? You are
my
babbling,
throat right
bro.
now
I don't even
is
remember.
what burns the most.
They crazy.
Oh no, because
crazy
one of I think it was Kay that asked Express to rap something to do.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Every time I talk,
Is it like, where do you feel it? Where do you feel it?
Throat. No, for me, I chewed the chip completely, swallowed it. So mine's like right here in the throat. Whew.
Coop ain't putting down that cup of milk.
No,
But it's with me right now. It's subsiding.
yeah.
The saliva's the issue.
Uh-huh.
Saliva's what the issue
He ain't
is.
listening to nothing you say.
You just agreeing with what you say.
It's going somewhere.
Well,
Got a little snot.
I got a little tears. I got some tears.
You got a little tears. You got a lot
Some
of
tears.
Gonna be fun coming out.
Man. Whew. I mean, for me, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't even actually really kind of dealt with it with the milk. Without the milk, I mean.
Whatever.
That competition,
I'm
bro.
good.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Yep.
Good God, every time I talk,
He won't cuss you out
Oh,
right
man, yeah,
now.
it's not there.
He can't talk.
He definitely. He like
You actually,
he want to do that Idris Elba. Can you fight?
okay,
Can
so
you fight first? Cause
it's tip is dry as hell, right?
it is dry. And of course, it doesn't help. Like, the pepper is like, it's literally, they like just dried out the pepper, grinded the junk, and just threw the chip in it.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. I'm actually surprised that I got that far without having to drink the milk.
I'm good to do it. I'm crying. I'm serious.
listen,
He's still dancing.
there it is. Take it off, bro. Take it off, bro. Take it off.
I mean, we can hold on. Oh.
Hey, Cooper's gonna lose.
I mean, I thought I did pretty good.
You did.
I think I did pretty good.
You both, no, you both did good.
I think it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats, guys.
So that was with me without the help of milk. Coop's still dying. But you guys, the Pocky One Chip Challenge.
Yeah.
He about to snatch your milk.
No, you're not. You are suffering without my milk, buddy.
You can't have my milk.
I think round of applause.
Goddamn milk.
One chip challenge.
Yeah.
Nobody died. Well, not yet. I guess the rest of the night we'll see how you guys do.
And we still, and listen, we still have food that we had to shoot that night too.
Report back. But oh god, what was that? Oh man.
Yeah.
But guys, that was Pocky One Chip Challenge.
That's it. We get.
I'm sure you guys enjoyed our pain that we just went.
Oh god, but
Yeah.
and then I went into the
that was a
actual
lot, bro.
rigmarole.
That was a
Oh,
lot,
man.
bro.
Oh, God.
You know, look, we could do this.
We could keep doing this. I know.
Yeah, we could do this. You have anything else major you want to show, Sin?
Nah, no need to come
All
after
right.
that one. We're good to go.
All right, cool. I have 2 more. Actually 3 more. This one, I'll make this quick. So this picture in particular is special. Look, Lainey is one of our favorite people, like just period. Like we see her at all kinds of conventions. She has this tendency to show up has done Being Comfortable Being a Geek, the Being Comfortable Being a Geek panel with us. And this figure in particular is special for a couple of reasons. One, Cuddy is there. So Cuddy came and was with us like all over the convention. Kind of really got to see what it was like for us to kind of dip and dodge and move from place to place. Noah was with us at this one in particular. You see him in the background. And Lainey in this particular, like, again, like Lainey for a long time was just like, we would run into her. The first interview we ever did with her, Coop did. It was trash. It was terrible. But we would run into her constantly. I was always giving her a hard time about her hair, right? How her hair always looks perfect. Like, just, you know. And Lainey is a person who gets a lot of attention, right? When her tables, people just, they know her. She has a crazy following on social media. But she's probably the most humble person. She has an incredible level of anxiety, and when we talked to her at this convention about Being Comfortable Being a Geek with us, she was like, no, I cannot do that. Like, I cannot get on. She was like, I know that it looks like, because I have this table and people are always coming up to me and whatever, that like that I just like, I do this, and she's like, no, I have like the most anxiety, and I was like, that's exactly why you should come do this. You should come do a Being Comfortable Being a Geek panel, because you are all of the opposite of the things that people think when they see you in pictures, see you on Instagram, come up to your table. You're always so open and so nice, and you talk to everybody and what have you. But to get in front of people and kind of talk about herself and what's going on. And the thing about it is, she's a super nerd. She's like,
for sure.
Her and Zaina basically studied the same thing in college, and the two of them will get together and start talking about math stuff, and you just be like, yo, all right, I'm gonna just keep it moving. But they just like click, they hit it off, and they talk. And so like Lainey is one of those people who's like really, really special to us, like kind of on the inside circle, if you will. She's always open to doing whatever we ask her, especially now, like after doing that and kind of having that panel or whatever. And so that was just really cool to kind of get that moment to have with her. This one, I'm gonna be really brief about this one. This is kind of more of a shout out. So BlurCon is a special convention for us because it's a convention for people of color, but not really, right? Like, it is about us, and it does create a safe space for us to have a convention, but it really is designed to be open to everyone. And the gentleman in this picture, Haas, is a co-founder of BlurCon, and unfortunately passed away not too long after this picture was taken at the convention that year. And it was one of those things where he and Hilton, who run the convention or co-founded the convention, are very elusive, right? Like, it's just really hard to get them. It's almost impossible to get them together. I did actually get a picture of them together because they're always just running around and putting out fires and trying to do things. And so Haas was always really open. Anytime I stopped him or asked him a question or whatever, like he was always really good about just looking out and kind of taking care of us and what we needed. And he's just like really sorely missed. Like, there is still this void that's in that space because he's not there. And so that's was kind of an important one for me. And then this one, because I mentioned Ghosty earlier. Ghosty's kind of like almost like an honorary side daughter for us. Like, we just kind of find her at places and kind of look out. You know what I mean? but this panel was another being comfortable being a geek panel, and having Joe, shout out to Leah who took this picture.
Beautiful picture.
But having Jose be on this panel and be able to kind of talk about what his experiences are within the comic industry, growing up and so forth. He's literally one of my oldest friends. We've been friends since like the 4th grade. And for him to be doing the same thing that he was doing when we were kids, which was drawing, right? And being creative and so forth, and being able to do it on a professional level, tabling at conventions. And, he was one of the people that when we first started doing conventions, it would be him and Brian Turner and Jerry and Penny and Domo, kind of doing their own thing and having their own tables and kind of getting themselves started. And to see them kind of grow through the industry and get these kind of professional level jobs, to be able to have them, not only like having Jerry on our panel last year, but, I haven't known Jerry as long as I've known Jose. When I say we grew up together, like we really grew up together. So to kind of have a moment where we could do something that we do and have him come and talk about what he does in that same realm was just kind of a full circle moment in a way. And so that was really cool to do at Ocean City. Again, there are memories galore. There are tons of things that we can put out. Kay's been doing a really, really cool job, an awesome job of like putting together memories and stuff and posting them as reels to our IG. So if you want to kind of see some more of that stuff, look there. I think it would be cool for us to kind of put together some more kind of behind the scenes things and kind of just talk about some of the stories behind some of the moments. I think we'll do some of that in the future if that's something that you guys want to see. But we need to wrap this up because we always do a long show, but it's extra long today. So a couple of things we need to discuss. First and foremost, this Saturday, Dave and Buster's in Arundel Mills Mall, 8 p.m. We're having to get together. It's not special. We're not blocking off an area or a table or whatever. Just come through and find us if you're in the area, if you can come. We're not trying to turn it into a big thing. We're not trying to make it something crazy. If you can make it, come out. If you can't, it's cool. If you're in the area, it's fine. We'll be there. You know what I mean? Playing games and hanging out and having some drinks. Usually near the pool tables is where we like to kind of congregate. So, we'll be there. Reach out. Feel free to come through and just kind of celebrate with us the full 10-year journey in person. If you can get out, come out. Second, it's November. The movie of the month, chosen by Kay, Pulp Fiction, is the movie club movie of the month. So get yourselves together, because I'm gonna tell you right now, the discussion for this one is gonna get real. Like it is what it is. So saddle up. Next, not this Saturday, next Saturday, the 16th, we have Fall Nerdpocalypse in Baltimore at Power Plant Live. So we'll be there hosting and hanging and spending time 3 to 9. There's a rave happening. They haven't announced the DJ lineup for it just yet, but pretty sure. Look, if it's like anything we've done before, I'm pretty sure DJ Villainous will show up and she'll tear it down. That wouldn't surprise me at all. So those are the things we have going over the next couple of weeks. Seeing what's going on with Anime Chat and podcast.
Thriller Park is not on Thursday this week. We moved it to Friday this week because all three of us are going to the movies. I think Jokes might be okay. So Jokes will be there with us. All right. So we're all going to see the Overlord, the Sacred Kingdom movie. So Thriller Park is on Friday night this week. And the Anime Chat podcast episode 6 will drop Thursday morning for everybody. We're gonna start giving our top 3 anime episodes of the week. We start that this week. We also get into how we like multiple different endings of manga or anime and some other things. So it's a good time. So make sure y'all check that out.
Wrestling, what's happening?
This week is just a normal week, so no premium live events, no pay-per-views or anything like that. I think
NXT.
NXT is the biggest thing. We're really just gonna watch it together. So for those of y'all that are definitely wanting to tune in, we'll be in the Discord. Big week for NXT. It's coming live from the old ECW arena, the 2300 arena. So if you're familiar with some of that old school stuff, this is probably going to be an interesting one to watch. There's supposed to be some major announcements that are going to happen. So
and the matches that they have that night fit that ECW vibe.
Fit the ECW vibe. So we'll be tuned into that. But outside of that, nothing too crazy until we get to, is it
Full Gear?
Yeah.
Full Gear. Mm-hmm.
Too much wrestling. Jokes, have you started playing the new Pokemon TCG? All right, never mind. That smile on your face tells me that you probably getting ready to start talking about money you spending Tatiana don't know about. So don't even do it to yourself. Just act like I didn't ask about it.
Don't school.
Listen, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. It's been extra special. Great to kind of relive some moments from this 10-year journey. Look, we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep going. It's gonna change just like it has in the past. But we're still working. We're still working on things. We're working on bringing some new stuff to the table too. Thank you all for allowing us to be in your space for so long. like for so long.
Facts.
It's been really, really awesome to do that. Hopefully, if you can come out on Saturday, we'll see you Saturday. If not, maybe we'll see you at Nerdpocalypse. If not, maybe we'll see you at Ocean City. If not, maybe we'll see you at MagFest. If not, maybe we'll see you at CastleCon. Look, we're out there. So
right,
wherever you find us, come through and find us. We appreciate you. Jokes, tell the folks what I need them to know.
Remember, y'all, just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
With that, we're out. Toodles and loos.
Loading snacks.